Well, we do expect a lot out of our students. We tell them that in the beginning.
This place pushed me to all my limits. I didn't even realize how great I could be until I came here.
It'll become home and it'll become family, and the education that you'll get is second to none.
The physician, not knowing where she graduated from, said, "Did you go to Creighton?" And she said, "Yes, I did. How did you know?"
My advisor has provided me with confidence and belief in times when I didn't even believe in myself.
I really like being able to shape future pharmacists and help them become whoever they want to be.
So I think when you combine all of that as a whole, that's really what makes us uniquely Creighton.
When you get the interview here, you'll see.
My great-grandfather was a pharmacist. He owned his own pharmacy, just a drugstore, and he had like a soda shop in there and stuff like that. I have pictures with him, and I kind of always grew up knowing that I wanted to go into healthcare. I wanted to help people.
We educate our students clinically in a way that probably is one of the best clinical experiences for students in the United States.
I'll be honest, service to me was a chore. When you come to Creighton though, you realize you're among people that really do want to make a difference. You realize you gotta be a part of it because it's so easy to sit back and do nothing and stay with the status quo.
We use reflection quite a bit in our educational process, and that's an important thing for students to be able to master.
I have a therapeutics final tomorrow. We have a lot of antibiotics on our test tomorrow, a lot of HIV drugs as well, so we're gonna have to know how to start a patient on an HIV regimen, or if you have pneumonia with a certain type of bacteria, then I will have to know which antibiotic to give you.
In order for them to be superb professionals, they have to also be superb students.
I come from an underserved community, and my goal coming to pharmacy school was to work with underserved populations when I graduate.
When she started talking to me, I felt more open up to be able to speak to her and tell her my personal, help that I needed.
What the Portal Clinic is it's a nonprofit clinic for the underserved and underinsured.
There are folks who don't have health insurance, maybe in between jobs, so a lot of times they fall through the cracks.
I was really irritated, and I felt like I needed to be here. And I know when I come in here, and if I see Avery, I saw her, and I was like, oh yeah, they're here.
Creighton does a really good job at trying to engage students through service.
My depression pills, I feel like I need to take more, or should I take less?
It's interprofessional. We have pharmacy students, nurse practitioner students, social work students, and then medical students also come.
I'm optimistic because I feel so blessed and so fortunate to be in the situation that I'm in.
The economy is so high, and they're doing it for free. And I know that I could come in need of time when I really need some medical help. And they're opened up to receive me, and I really appreciate that from them. I really do.
We have faculty in pharmacy, physical therapy, occupational therapy, nursing, medicine, medical anthropology, public health, political science, basically a group of interprofessional faculty members from across the university that come together to do research around different health services research projects.
Creighton School of Pharmacy Health Professions is just that, interprofessional. So you gotta make sure that everybody's realizing that you do need one and the other in order to successfully treat patients. And so this is the beginning of something big.
So we have a campus pathway and a distance pathway. They all part of the same program, but we define them as pathways. So we created this distance pathway with the notion that students could stay at home in their place for much of their education. The focus initially was on rural areas of the United States where there is great need for healthcare practitioners. We wanted to be able to address those people and give them an opportunity to become pharmacists.
Whatever campus our students are doing in the classroom, our distance students are doing via online. So they are submitting the same exams at the same time, same assignments. We do a lot via web conferencing or web chatting.
We had to prove that our distance pathway, performance in that pathway, was every bit as good as or better than the traditional campus pathway. And guess what? These distance students perform statistically equally to our campus students across the board, across all of the years we've now been measuring them.
It's really easy to make connections. One thing I do find very interesting though is when distance students come to campus in the summer, they often say, I didn't know what you looked like, but I recognize the voice.
The students who graduate from our distance program do very well for themselves. So it's been an exciting ride.
We really teach things like care about the whole person, understanding that each individual patient is different. Ignatian values are a big part of our university. It's a big part of our school.
The best thing about my work is definitely the patients. And I take students on rotation during their 4th year of school. And that is what I try to teach them, just taking care of the whole body, the whole person, the whole self, mind, body, and spirit.
When our students in my oncology elective do a service project, we have them reflect and not tell us what they did, but how they felt. Many students say, I didn't know how I was going to feel being surrounded by patients with cancer. And when they leave, they say, wow, that was a powerful event, that I made an impact in those patients' lives.